11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody. There we go. Welcome everybody to our daily gun show. Come to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns for about an hour. So we got the little co-host here, and we got our weekly wrap-up starting up. So we'll open it up on this screen over here, and while it's on this screen, we'll screen share it. Keep the little puppy cam going, so we keep the co-host in the screen here, and the screen. Nope. Somehow it comes up with a different screen. There we go. And we'll put the little puppy underneath. So we're going to be taking a look at our Substack, and that's in the description of the video. But essentially, we're going to be reading through the description of this YouTube video. But I put the description over here on Substack, and that turns it into a much easier to look at situation. So this is episode 1542 of our show. Welcome. We go live on Friday nights to wrap up the week and talk about what Second Amendment related events are worth being on your radar. In case you missed them, we don't hit everything, so we only hit the things that we're aware of or that are on our radar. And if I get the co-host to settle down, he just ate some food. He's going to be napping here in a little bit. You can also check this out on our Patreon. As you can see, a scroll at the bottom of the screen. Our Patreons are the people that subscribe to our projects and allow us to do what we do. Also, we thank people that do super chats. If anybody super chats tonight, we will be giving this dog a little treat. He will eat them, and we will say thank you. All right, so let's dig in. One of the most important things we got going on this week, one of the people we got on the front of our thumbnail today is Craig Deluz from California. He's got a campaign for going to Congress. It says, "Hey everybody, as I celebrate my birthday today," this was from the 7th, "I would be so grateful if you could honor me with a donation to my campaign for California's 6th Congressional District. Every little bit helps, ensuring a brighter future for our community and our nation. Let's make it happen together." So Craig, belly rubs. There's a belly rub for sure. And I gotta put these treats closer. And there's the treat. Okay, thanks for that. So Craig is been doing stuff for a long time in the Second Amendment community. He's worked with gun owners. Well, he's worked with FPC and other organizations out there in California. He's a member of more than one of the state level organizations in California. He's worked in the media in multiple roles. He's a dad and grandfather, and good to see somebody running for Congress who's going to be doing good stuff. So there's a link to his Instagrams, and if you want to financially support a great candidate, then Craig is definitely one to keep in mind. For some reason, Instagrams don't come over here with just a placeholder like that. All right, so then we had House Joint Resolution 44 from the House of Representatives that got passed barely. A lot of people are leveraging that. A lot of people are keeping that going. So let's be aware of what's happening there and have realistic expectations of what these things can do, what these projects can do. I want to thank people that might be coming over from Gizzard's thing. I don't know if the thing popped up, if he's over yet, but I know he said he's going to tag people over here. So if anybody's coming over from Gizzard's show, we have a poll going. If you want to say how this week was for 2A, was it great, good, okay, or bad? Feel free to participate in that poll over there on YouTube, and then leave us a comment on why you think it was good or okay or bad week. All right. So after that House Joint Resolution 44, which I just mentioned, we've also got Biden. President Biden was doing a National Gun Safety Summit today. So that's something to be aware of. And again, trying to marginalize the word safety, trying to exploit that word or trying to change the definition of that word to suit their goals. Should be pretty easy to challenge, I think. Since they can't even explain any of the rules of safety. Their safety is no guns. So that's not safety. That's fantasy. Gizzard just ended. Okay, thank you. So sometimes you get a little deal up on the screen here when his show ends. I don't know. They probably don't show it because I got my poll going. Oops, there's the poll though. Right now we got about 43 people saying okay, 29 saying great, 14 saying good, and 14 saying bad. What's up with that? All right, so one of the... That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how this stuff got up here in this order. So usually I would put Brooke Cheney first, so this house somehow got up here first. Yeah, I'm not sure how this video got in here. That's just an error on what's this thing called, Substack, I guess, or I mixed something up when I was posting it. But let's just act like we're not looking at this one and move down to this one. So Sheila Jackson, a wealthy political elite. Maj has a post about her over here. Oh no, not Maj. Colion Noir has a post about her. I thought it was a video post. All right, guess that's not so interesting. Anyway, she made a fool of herself looking at the poster that she had made up, which was BS. Colion does a pretty good job of breaking down her presentation and her lack of awareness, and then challenges people to continue taking advice / listening to, allowing laws to be made by people that don't even know what they're talking about. All right, so what I normally put up first is a project that's been going on for quite a while now. It's called Suicide Prevention Saturday, and it's a focus on mental health awareness, suicide prevention by Brooke Cheney every Saturday. It's usually a short episode, less than a half an hour, where she'll talk about those issues, how to bring up those topics in conversation to make us more effective communicators, more effective on the topics, and ideally removes one of the barriers to mental health, to getting mental health care, and therefore reducing the chances of all those other negative consequences of poor mental health in society. So that's one of those things that often gets overlooked, and many times it's easier to just push buttons and to do the stuff that sounds good, wave a flag around. That's always important when they're just trying to exploit. Raise a flag, wave a flag around and say about how this is your rights, and then get all offended and not really look at the fight or how to stop the fight. They're just looking to keep a conflict going. So Brooke does a great job, a persistent effort that's quality, where she'll talk about different aspects of keeping that conversation going. And it's not an easy conversation at all to talk about those issues, which are the root of what's going on. Let's see. So then moving down the list, we've got Meet the Pressers. Matt from Meet the Pressers was one of the instructors at Train and Learn last weekend. Was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? In Georgia, in Missouri with KD. So it looks like they had a panel discussion with some of the people that attended and some of the instructors. I haven't watched this one, but after actions of train and learn are always a good thing. Train and learn's a great event each year. So next up is the first storage container being delivered to Greenwood, which is supposed to be a Instagram thing. So I don't know how this stuff actually got mixed up weird like this. It's actually kind of a weird mix up. But normally there'd be an Instagram picture here, or there should be an Instagram picture here, which shows the first storage container being delivered to the Greenwood property. That's Katie's training facility he's building in Georgia. Now we get to the actual video here. The Firearms Law Workshop, Workshop with Ideology. Ideologically diverse attendees. That's what it is. So anyway, this was Professor Yamane, who goes to these different events and participates and talks about the workshop at Texas A&M. I guess this is he said it was his second or fifth year going. I think he said it was his fifth year going. All right, the Virginia Citizens Defense League has their meetings. The national or the state level organization has their meetings online virtually. So even if you're not a member of the organization or a resident of Virginia, it's still a great meeting to attend. You get to learn about what's happening specifically in Virginia, but they also talk about other things, national level things. And then you get to see how a really good organization does it. So they've been doing it for a long time, and they've done it through a lot of different challenges. So doing good work over there. Next up is from Come and Talk It. This was a quick 2-minute conversation or piece from their radio show that they did on Sunday. And Michael Cargill, the host of the radio show, also owns the Central Texas Gunworks gun shop. And he's talking about, in this 2-minute video, he's talking about a mother who called in a fake red flag on her son because she didn't want him to own a gun, claiming that he was suicidal when he wasn't, and she was just not a fan of guns, and how that has consequences, and a couple minutes on that. Then we get Crump talking about Armslist winning their case in court in the 7th Circuit Court for someone who bought a gun on Craigslist, murdered somebody with it, and then the people wanted to go after Craigslist for, I guess, being involved in the transaction. This one is from Patriot in the Dark. He's been posting some of these blurbs from Reagan, so I'll play this one for you.
In my inaugural address last year, I warned that the ills we suffer have come upon us over several decades. They will not go away in days, weeks, or months, but they will go away because we as Americans have the capacity now, as we've had it in the past, to do whatever needs to be done to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom.
Thanks to Patriot for keeping those little pieces alive, giving people a little point of view all the time. Let's see, the Mouse Party happened on Wednesday. Good time. Check it out. Non-topic overnight show. DM Foss hosts. I think this is the week for his Saturday show too, so there might be a overnight this weekend. G23 also did a video this week talking about, got me all excited, saying Newport Pawn and Guns, and then unboxing. So I guess this is the shop. I thought it was going to be like a tour of the shop or something. Then it turned out to be just an unboxing of his guns, but he got a couple of new guns. Showing them off if you want to check that out. Gizzard just had a show. A bunch of people were watching that and came over from it. Thanks for that. 222 episodes. This dude gets online every Friday, brings people together, hosts a show, keeps a community alive, When people need to know what's up, they know where they can go find the information from a bunch of good people. It's not easy. Nobody's paying him to do it. I know that. He's doing some things that can make it interesting while he's doing it, but a lot of effort there. Much appreciated. The same thing with barbecue. He's hosting a show on Tuesdays now, mostly, and eventually might come back to doing more. We'll see, I guess. That's after in the evenings, usually right before our show was. Then we got MacMan talking about his lathe for turning down, I don't know, cartridges. So I thought that was pretty cool. Post a link to that. And then Jay Monty here posted a minute ago about Lorson. I'll go check that out. Lorson's an a-hole for what it's worth. Lorson, the dude, is not as bad as the son of Jennings, right? George Jennings, the asshole, is the worst one of them. But then Lorson is right there being an a-hole. They were friends with each other, so you know they're assholes together. But this isn't anything like that. This is Kellgren, and this is the Tech 9, and this is a super cool 1993 old news thing like this. And if I zap forward to right here, that's what the
price have made it particularly popular among criminals. The gun's manufacturer, the Miami company called Intratec,
there you go. That's what Intratec looks like. I never knew that. That's pretty cool.
highlights the gun's appeal with promotional calendars like this one.
Oh my gosh.
Intratec even boasts some models come with a special coating resistant to fingerprints. Target 4, talk to the man.
So there you go. Being intentionally incorrect about firearms data allows them to create a narrative that they want. So we can either be upset that they've done that, we can be offended that they would even think of it, or we can just be better than them and figure out how to easily, effectively remove their little thing. Their whole thing depends on people not being smart, not being aware of what guns are all about. All right, I've added a new section for upcoming because there's some stuff coming up that people have scheduled. I figured I might let people know it's happening. Suicide Prevention Saturday has a couple of shows. Well, Brooke, Great Start Shooting School, has a couple of shows. First off, there's this one this Saturday, tomorrow, and that's this one. What does 30 Days of Failure do for you? So check that out. She's also got one scheduled for Tuesday, June 20th at 11 a.m., which is going to be a class with Charlie Cook, it looks like, or something going on with Charlie Cook. Looking forward to that. All right, the puppy is now coming over here, so I guess we can turn that camera off. You might be able to hear him. He's freaking out. So Cape Gunworks was on this week. I didn't get to listen to the show. I was having my mouth ripped open by a dentist. But yeah, hopefully it was a good show. Usually is. One of the best shows out there each week. They also have got their, oh, now I know what he's complaining about. So what happened is earlier in the show, I said if anybody wants to give this dog a little treat, all you got to do is say, give him a little treat or super chat or something. And Gunpowder Beauty earlier said, something about pup needs more belly rubs and treats. So I gave him a treat and a belly spanking. I give him a side belly spanking so you're not touching any junk. But he gets the point. Makes him burp. But then nobody else said anything about giving this dog any kind of treats. So this dog has been sitting here looking at this bag of treats, freaking out this whole show. I've got him sitting right here. So he's just sitting here looking at that bag of treats the whole show, not eating any. It's freaking him out. That's okay. You don't have to give him any if you don't want. You're the audience. You don't have to give him any treats if you don't want. Good Gunpowder Beauty wanted. Nobody else wanted. All right, so then we'll go to the next one in the list. Oh, Cape Gunworks also hosts the Top Shot Charity Golf Contest, which is a two-part thing that goes on each year. The first part of it is a golf championship that just happened. And then later in the year, in September 9th this year, will be the shoot, the firearms part of it. So they got together at Cape Gunworks, though, and this is on their Instagram. They came together at Cape Gunworks to talk about it.
We're here with the Top Shot Committee and Heroes in Transition. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who came out to the golf tournament on May 19th and supported our veterans charities here on Cape. Big thank you to Cape Gunworks. Brendan and Toby do a great job with their whole team. Thank you to Coxswain Media. Mike and Tim and the team there do a lot of work to promote this event. Of course, we have Cindy Jones and the Heroes in Transition team here with us. I'm Shane Skinner from Devadime. We had a great golf tournament this year, a lot of supporters, a lot of golfers. We really appreciate everybody who came out and supported the efforts. And we would like to present, Brendan, if you want to grab a check, we would like to present a donation to Heroes in Transition of $15,750. Have a microphone. So this is by far a record this year, thanks to all the generosity of everyone who participated and supported and sponsored and donated. We really appreciate you. And Cindy, you want to talk a little bit about Heroes in Transition?
Thank you. First of all, I have to start by saying how extremely grateful and appreciative we are to everybody for doing this. And as you can see, this took a major team to put this together, and we are so very grateful because we understand the work that goes with it. And for all who have participated in this, this is a huge amount of money. We will make sure that it goes, we know it will go towards our programs. We have 14 programs presently going, mostly all of them for transitional support, including wellness and building communities. So our facilitators are here. This money will help us to expand our programs and have more coming in the future. So we are extremely grateful to everybody. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Shane, and Toby, and Tim, who's not here, but we're totally grateful. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. Make sure and join us on Saturday, September 9th, is the Veterans Top Shot Target Shooting Competition right here at Cape Gunworks at 96 Airport Road? 96 Airport Road in Hyannis. We'll be, again, raising money for both the veteran charities. And also, I want to give a big thank you to Bo Swayze for starting this 5 years ago, and Juliet Swift. We appreciate you guys, and great job.
So it's an organization that's 5 years old, and they help transitioning veterans who are coming out of service to kind of reclimate to civilian life. Pretty cool. And it's that's a project that takes people who are into golf and lets them golf, and then people that are into shooting and lets them go shooting, and they all raise money together, and they help out that organization. All right, so sorry, it takes me kind of a minute to cough. Anyway. So 511 or Gun Owners Radio does a show on Sundays, and they had this guy from 511 on to talk about their symposium to support the Second Amendment community. So I thought that was pretty cool that in California we're getting activism focused on firearms, like say in California. Okay, sit back down. The couple of the military podcasts I follow, they had Andy Milburn on again, and this is like the fourth time they've had him on. He was talking about working with a group in that was trying to train and support people in Ukraine, and how that turned out to be a failure and how it failed. And also sounds like he might be like a third host as they go on vacations and do stuff. Clover and I did a show about vertical content. We do a show on Tuesdays, and I guess that's it for tonight. So on Wednesdays, I try to do a show where I do something similar to this and go through what's been on Instagram. I didn't get as much time with everything going on, and then I had a tooth blowout on me this week. So I am glad I got to do the show again, and I want to thank the people that super chat. We've got 4 people that super chatted. I'm not going to do the drawing thing because I didn't set it up, but we'll get back in the swing of things doing the Friday show, hopefully here, and then we'll be saying thanks to the people that super chat on our Tuesday show, our Saturday show, or on this show while we're live. And thanks to everybody who purchases stuff at our gear website store. We got a link before and after the show, or a plug before and after the show to that. Lots of stuff going on over there. We're just sewing up a bunch of new patches that'll be going up there, or I should say re-sewing old designs, so we'll have inventory back up there again. Right on. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Let's see if anything else happened out in the live chat here. A guy showed up earlier. He's either at work or sleeping. Hopefully you're doing good. Gunpowder Beauty, welcome. Thanks for giving the puppy some treats. Brian H is out there. Good evening. Daddy Dutch Barbecue, right on. Thanks for joining us. Foss joining us. Thank you. Pat in the bunker. Let's see. Defense Dad, right on. He's kind of late. He says he's falling asleep. And then Jay Monty talked about the Lorson thing. Let's check that out. Hillbilly Up is out there. Hillbilly, I can't do it in my mouth. I can't open my mouth real big. Otherwise, I'd say it what you're supposed to say. Then Pat was saying thanks for sending the patches out. Yeah, I'm happy to. Send a bunch to Defense Dad and Travis. Hopefully they had them to do something with. Let them just do what they want with them. So glad to. And that was everybody. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back to pick you up later.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Shit. Ninja? Ninja! Ninja!
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
So we got one more coming in from Curious. Right on. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great weekend.